during All-Star Weekend, Steph Curry actually spoke with James Harden and congratulated him about what he was doing in Houston, the 30-point game streaks and stuff like that. And Harden responded with something very, very, very interesting.
I was talking to James in the back, like obviously complimenting him on what he's doing. The first thing he said was like, "Yeah, it's fun, but I want to play different. Like, like I'm by myself, whatever, hero ball. But like the people want to play like that. It's a system where they actually can play beautiful basketball.
Yeah, like, it's such a beautiful sport.
Know how to play.
It's interesting for him to say that. Like I would not have thought he.
I would like, you're right. Yeah. Appreciate that. Yeah. I'm gonna keep doing that. He's like, nah.
It's so shocking and it's so refreshing, the self-awareness that James Harden has in this moment, that even though he knows that he has to play hero ball in order to get his team just to keep their head above water, he realizes that this is not a formula for winning. All the critics of James Harden, they're like, oh, well, he's good during the regular season, but in the playoffs, this doesn't work. I think we need to change the narrative. I think we need to change the narrative to the team strategy is good during the regular season, but during the playoffs, it doesn't work. Through all these years, we basically seen, besides the Kevin McHale early years, under Mike D'Antoni. James Harden has flourished under Mike D'Antoni, but Mike D'Antoni has also taken something away from James Harden in terms of allowing him to play in a system where, like Curry said, they could play beautiful basketball. What Curry said to Mike Budenholzer is just letting you all know that he believes that the Houston Rockets have comparable pieces to play the same kind of style basketball that the Warriors play, where everybody's touching the ball, tons of assists and stuff like that. James Harden knows this, and he thanked Curry for saying everything about him in a 30-point streak, but he knows this. James Harden knows this. Stephen Curry knows this. Only person that doesn't know this is Mike D'Antoni. This consistent abuse of 7 seconds or less, put the ball in my best player's hands, let him dribble and pound out the rock, is what's going to hurt James Harden's dynasty. Or, not dynasty, or legacy, his legacy. It's going to hurt him because he is put in a situation where he know he should be doing better. He know there is a better option, but he has to follow what the game plan is just to keep their head above water. Well, what happens when the water starts to get above your eye level, above your head, and you begin to drown? You know no other way of basketball to play but hero ball. And that's what's going to rear its ugly head in the playoffs. And a lot of times where, the Rockets did have injuries, which makes a lot of sense for him to be doing what he's doing. But some of these 30-point games that he's been getting and stuff like that, it's been in losses, and it's just like, it doesn't equate to anything. I would rather you just sit Harden down in order for him to rest and relax and recuperate for the next game. So I don't think that we can no longer blame Harden for this hero ball, this one-on-one kind of style of play, because this is what's being perpetuated by his general manager. This is what is being told for him to do by his coach. And obviously he can't go against the coach again in terms of philosophy, because he went against Kevin McHale. They called him a coach killer, et cetera, et cetera. He does this to Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni's going to quit like he did to the Knicks. He quit on the Lakers. Do your history. He quits on teams when the stars don't conform. So you don't want to put James Harden in a situation where he's trying to push for a different kind of brand of basketball, which forces the coach to quit and puts the team in turmoil. At the end of all this, we could truly say that he's more self-aware than we think. He knows that his team should be playing a different brand of basketball, but they're not. And lastly, Mike D'Antoni is to blame. If this team comes up short again, in the Western Conference Finals, or doesn't make it to the Western Conference Finals, we all can highlight this conversation that Steph had with Mike Budenholzer in the All-Star game. That Steph knows they can play beautiful basketball. Harden knows they can play beautiful basketball. Mike D'Antoni doesn't care about that. push the pace, dribble the ball, and shoot. That's Mike D'Antoni's philosophy. Hoops Junction. With hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, and subscribe.